this is Deanne from the Deanne and You Show, and I'm thrilled here today to do this only because about a year ago, to be more specific, October 1st, 2014, I had the pleasure of having Lynn Manwar on my show, and I thought about how can I, celebrate her memory and share this with all of you. So, Lynn has been, for the short time I've seen her and spoken with her and associated with her, an inspiration. And she was an angel put here and was taken too quickly from us. But at the same time, she's now earned her wings and she's looking over us. She lived life to the fullest, and everything I've seen on social media about her has been truly amazing, inspiring, and empowering. So I'd like you to join me and share this with friends and family, anyone you know who can inspire her, because she was an advocate for breast cancer and also for so much she's done. She loved to travel. So take this video and let it travel to where as far as can be. I want you to enjoy it. And Lynn, I want to say to you, for the short time I've known you, and thanks to Brett DeGuerre, who actually introduced me to you, for being in my life and spending this time with us. So please rest in peace and namaste. Thank you. We're actually here with Lynn Manwar, and Lynn is a survivor. And I do really mean survivor. When you hear her story, how empowering it is for everyone out there, for us, what do we have to complain about? Because you know what? This woman is an incredible, incredible story. And you know what? I'm just going to let her tell her story. Welcome to the show, Lynn.
Thank you for having me, Dan. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure for me because we've been trying to get together for the longest while.
Well, here we are, connected.
Yeah, we are, definitely so. And I want to say, I so admire you, I know, on Facebook and so forth, for everything you do, the strength that you have to survive what you've survived and to carry on. And now you don't let it bring you down. I mean, you have your moments, I do understand that, but you really don't let it bring you down to the point that you will lie in bed and say, I can't do anything, because that's not who you are.
That's true.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Well, I live in Toronto. I was born and raised here. My mom is from Trinidad. And
Yay!
And my dad's Canadian, and so right now I'm 41. Mm-hmm. And I've had a few challenges since my 20s. So I was first diagnosed with thyroid cancer at age 24, breast cancer at age 38, and I had a reoccurrence of cancer at age 40. So it's been a year now, and I've been being treated for cancer at stage 4. So it's considered terminal according to the doctors, but I've surpassed what they said would happen, and I'm still here.
You look amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
You look amazing. Truly, truly look amazing. Tell us some of the challenges you had to go through, because you are an entrepreneur. You are an entrepreneur as well, and pretty much life stops.
That's true.
It stops. And you had to go through a lot, but it's not holding you back or what else you can give back to the community. But tell us some of the challenges that you went through in that process.
Some challenges, it's medical challenges, so physical challenges. In addition to cancer, I've also dealt with arthritis, so I would have, pain in my body. So, and that started when I was 30. So despite that, I still carried on, and I had started a business and recruiting, and I worked events and recruiting and coordinating volunteers for film festivals, arts festivals, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. But at times, business had to slow down because I had to take care of me.
That's
and
right.
I had to put myself first.
That's correct. Because you are your business and the business is you.
Exactly.
Pretty much, yes.
So what I do now to give back to the community is I basically work on charitable projects through Rotary. So I used to be a Rotaractor, which is a young Rotarian, and now I'm a Rotary member. And that keeps me busy, and I also book speakers for our Rotary luncheon meetings as well.
Excuse me, how come you haven't booked me yet?
We can talk about that after the show.
We can talk about that, absolutely. In terms of, like I said, this show is called the Beacon of Canada's Entrepreneurship, and we talk to entrepreneurs. Because one of the reasons why I wanted you to come on and share your story is to let the entrepreneurs know that, yes, it's a health issue. Life can just shut down overnight for you, and that's pretty much what happened to you.
Yes.
But you have to find a way to get past that. I mean, you can't stop it, but how do you move forward with that? What do you say to them? I mean, you've done that. You travel a lot, by the way, through all of this, because I've seen you traveling all over the place.
Yes, I have.
It doesn't slow you down.
It doesn't, definitely. In terms of business and entrepreneurship, right now I have 2 blogs, so I carry on with my blogs and writing. So that's something you can do despite having any kind of health issue, because you can do it from the comfort of your home. You can still get your message across. In the process, I first had breast surgery in 2008. And a couple months later, I was able to write my personal story and be included in a book of inspirational stories for young women.
But congratulations on that.
Thank you.
I didn't know that.
Yes, it
You
was.
didn't talk about the book?
The book, well, it was published in 2009 officially. I had written it in 2008, and it took about a year for it to come together, and we had a book launch, and it's called Making It in High Heels, the second series for future leaders and role models. So that was my first published accomplishment as an author.
Oh, you actually did bring a copy of that. Was the book? I don't have
Yes.
it on set, but you do have the copy of that book.
Yes.
Awesome. That's amazing. We got to talk and promote that book more for you, by the way.
Thank you.
But let's talk about again some of the, if you were to say to an entrepreneur who has been in a situation like you, just for survival, what can they do to keep themselves busy and continue?
So I think sometimes it's really good to have a team, and it's good to have a backup plan, because I didn't really have a backup plan initially, and to have other members of your team who can carry on if you have issues that do arise. So that's always key important, because really you ultimately are the business.
That's
and
right.
that's a lot of mistakes entrepreneurs make, is they just make it solo, and they don't have their team, whether it be a media relations person, whether it be someone who writes the content, someone who does the books, etc. So I think that's really essential, is to build your team.
But also to have someone give you a pat in the back and say, you know what, it's going to be okay tomorrow, later on today.
True, and
It's
well,
huge.
It's true, and that's emotional support.
Yes,
And
that's huge.
And
at
what
the end
I
of the day.
found for myself is when I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2012, I used my community. So I was very transparent. I would make videos. I would say, this is how I'm feeling. I showed my bald head.
Yes, I
And-
saw those. I remember those, yeah, pictures.
And it really, I got a lot of love and support. People sent me videos, inspirational messages. They came and visited me, strangers who I had never met before, which really blew me away and really touched my heart. They delivered food, because my mom, she was in her 70s at the time, and, I wanted to give her a break, because cancer can be very taxing.
Yes.
And it takes a village to make someone and lift them up, and the village really did lift me up, because that's why I'm here today.
Absolutely. And talking about some of the people who, you're right, it's strangers. It's really strangers are the ones who, and family, don't get me wrong, it's also family as well, and everyone around you. But a lot of people I find, I have had friends, actually one of my girlfriends whose birthday was yesterday, she passed away many years ago at the age of 40, so almost like 11 years ago. And it was her birthday, and another girlfriend was also her birthday, so they celebrated the same thing. But at the same time, she was very open about it. And she had 2 boys who were like in their 20s now. But a lot of people hide. And I keep saying you can't hide. If you hide, I have girlfriends who have cancer and they will not speak about it. And it really hurts us because they don't know that we know. And you don't want to disrespect them.
But I think it's a personal choice. You can
It
either
is.
choose to, because I also believe in the law of attraction, and the more you speak of disease and illness, the more you create it. So when I had a reoccurrence and I found out it was stage 4 last fall, I decided to keep very quiet and just keep it to myself. And so the first time I needed the support, and I got it, and I have my community now to get me through this next phase, and I've surpassed expectations. A year ago, September 2013, just over a year ago, they said, okay, you have 6 to 12 months to live. Well, it's now October 1st, and I'm still here.
I don't think you're going anywhere, Lynn, from what I can see. But the spirit that you have and the determination you have, I don't think you're going anywhere soon. You have a lot of work to do, a lot of work out there in the community, and be an advocate for everyone out there who, and again, you can walk the walk and talk the talk, because that's what you do. And you do it very well. And like I said, every time I see you, you're traveling. You're out
Traveling.
to the country.
I love traveling, and when I
So
was
that's not holding you back or stopping you whatsoever.
not at all. Traveling is one of my favorite pastimes, and God has, I feel, a way, or if whatever you believe in the universe, sets things up, because I was diagnosed December 2011 with breast cancer. 8 days later, I flew out to Jerusalem, Israel, and I had a trip in the Holy Land, and it's a place of many faiths. And it really just rejuvenated me and gave me life. So when I came back, I was all ready just to tackle what I had to tackle.
So what do we see coming up for Lynn? What's Lynn going to be doing besides blogging? Maybe her
I-
own book this time?
Yeah, I'm
Because
gonna.
you have quite a journey to talk about.
Yes,
and be a
definitely.
speaker and advocate for that.
I'm going to continue writing and hopefully formulate a book. Everyone's been telling me to do that, and I've sort of,
Okay, you know I'm the book queen, okay? So
I
we
can
gotta
come
talk.
to you for advice.
Absolutely, anytime. It'd be my absolute pleasure. You have a website. What's your blog?
My website is lynnmanwar.com, so www.lynnmanwar.com. You can find me
You
there.
wanna spell it out.
So it's lynnmanwar.com.
Absolutely. Just please do look out there and give your message, whatever you want to say.
Thank you.
Say it.
If anyone who is going through a challenging time would like to connect with me, feel free to contact me. I'd be happy to be of assistance. I love meeting people in person. I'm all about community, connecting, and making a difference. And if I can make a difference in your life, feel free to contact me. I'd be happy to. Thank you.
And then I want to say, if I can make a difference in your life, please do not hesitate to ask or just knock or just send me a message on Facebook, as we always meet. But I want to thank you so much for coming out to share, because I know it's not a very easy thing for a lot of people to come out and talk openly about their challenges. But I think you're beyond that. You know, you're an advocate for a lot of people, of us out there in that community that we have in our, close-knit community there. So I want to thank you so much again, and I just wish you the best and more love.
Thank you. Thanks very much. It was a pleasure. And I think it's fitting because it's October and it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Oh, why did you want to say something about that quickly?
No, I think it's just, I'm glad you had me on, and it's October, so.
How appropriate. I didn't realize that how appropriate it would be on the first. But thank you again so much.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you.